What's happening, everyone? In this little bonus series here, what I'm going to be showing you is how I do my white backdrop uh, videos that I've used for the sales video in Socialite Pro, that I've used for the welcome video as soon as you log in, and a bunch of different videos that I do across the internet when I'm marketing anything to do with social media or any videos that I really do at all. The white background video you would have also seen in the different Apple commercials whenever they release a new product like an iMac or iPhone or iPad. You always see them releasing it with a wide backdrop and they're talking straight directly to the camera. Um, there's also a lot of parody videos out there which are taking the piss of these Apple videos, which are pretty funny. So check them out if you get a spare minute and you can't concentrate on this at the moment. But check that out. But what I love about the wide backdrop videos is that they're so minimalist and all the attention is focused on you because you are the centerpiece of the whole video. There's nothing in the background to distract you or the audience viewing it. And it keeps it very clean. And that's something I try to do across the board of all my online marketing efforts, keeping it very minimalist, very clean, making the key information stand out. Um, and a lot of people think that I've just gone to different studios or paying thousands of dollars to get these videos done or having crazy video cameras and stuff like that, but it's really not true at all. And now what I want to do for you guys is to actually show you how I do it. A few different ways people do this as well. There's some people, if they're on a very tight budget, they'll just get a white sheet, put it up against a wall, use a few different backdrop lights there, and then they do it that way. The way I do it is I'll take you into my lounge room. I sometimes do it in this room I'm sitting in now, but I'll take you into my lounge room and I'll set it all up there. And you'll see it's not as pretty as what the outcome video looks like to be. Quite messy setup. I actually have purchased a white backdrop setup with a few lights and stuff online. It was just $200, $300, I think it was. And again, you can use cheap lights from a hardware store, or you can use a white sheet. But I'll show you the setup I've got. Very basic, very simple, but it delivers really good results. And the cool thing about having even a cheap setup is that you can edit a lot of the imperfections and a lot of the lighting and a few things like that through your computer video editing software, and we'll run through those different softwares a bit later on as well, and I'll show you the one that I use personally. So we'll jump over there now and we'll get into what it looks like, and I'll set it all up for you guys, and then we can get straight into it and recording a little video there, so you guys can literally go out, do the same thing as if you want to as well. And I'll put a link to the setup that I have next to this video. Alright guys, so I know how much I just talked up this lovely little setup, but now you're going to see how dodgy it can actually look, and how it just shows you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to get a really, really good result. So I'm going to move away from the camera now, and you're going to see the setup that I use to get all these cool videos done with the white screen. So that's it there. You can see it's pretty primitive, just a big white sheet on a tripod with a couple of backdrop lights, and even this industrial light that I just found out the back here that I used a lot myself. So what I'm going to do now is I'll jump over to my iPhone camera and I'll take you for a bit of a walkthrough around each of these different objects, what they do, where to set them up, and how I use this little setup here. So I'll see you guys in a second. I thought I'd just set up all the lights really quickly and show you what it looks like now, just directly from my laptop, not using any cameras or any filters or anything at all. This is what it looks like straight from the laptop when all the lights are on and I'm standing in front of it. So you can see the two backlights directly shining light onto the backdrop. We've got this little industrial light here, and then what I will do is I'll come over here. I'll normally stand around here, so in between both the lights and the actual desktop. I'll then film what I'm trying to do, and then I'll crop myself in so none of this outside interference is there at all. And another key thing what I like to do is with these videos, I normally do them at night time, so there's no outside light coming in or anything like that. So that's just what it looks like directly from my computer screen. So you can definitely use that and make that work and play with the settings inside of the video editing software. But What I want to show you guys now is the camera I use, how I record audio in a much higher quality, and how I do it all again on a shoestring budget. So I'll stop this here and then we'll head over and I'll show you all this cool stuff now. Alright guys, so I'm now back at my desktop and I had a look at the videos I just recorded, and you could see that how dark it was and how hard it was to see me in that previous little snippet there where I was showing you the layout with all the lights on. And again, this is why it's so important to have really good lighting wherever you're filming a video, because it increases engagement, people can actually see you, and it's one of those things that's so simple but so many people forget to do. But one other option is if you don't have good lighting and you record your video and it's however long and you really don't want to record it again, there's two options. You can either have a camera that has the ability to change the different color settings inside of it, or alternatively you can edit it in your video editing software to make it look a lot brighter or whatever you're trying to do. And that might sound intimidating, but it's really not. I'll go through that with you guys soon and I'll show you how I do all of that. What I want to run through now is actually talking about cameras and sound, and the camera that I use and what some of the other industry professionals use and some top video bloggers use, and I'll put some of those links to the side of the video. One video camera a lot of people use is a flip cam. I think it's $100, $200 for one, maybe even cheaper now. I'll put a link next to the video. I don't actually use one of those because I've already got a camera that I've used for a while, but if I do go in the market for a new one, I might even look at that because I know a lot of people use those. You can even use your iPhone. iPhones have a fine camera on it. It just doesn't have all the little settings to change a bit of the lighting and the colors and the shutters and a few different things like that. The camera I actually use is just my normal photography camera. It's a Nikon D5100. You can see here. Looks not too bad. It's an average camera. Not really made for video, but it does have a video setting inside of it, and I just use that, and it works really well for me. And I'll go back in a minute and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm using it on the white screen itself. The cool thing about this camera, and something if you are going to go looking at buying a camera, is to make sure, if you can, that it has an audio input. Okay, so the reason for that is if you can plug a microphone straight into your camera, it's going to save you some effort later on with trying to sync your audio tracks. So what I mean by that is normally if you're standing 10 meters in front of a camera or 5 meters in front of a camera, the audio quality is not going to be very crisp. It's not going to sound very professional. It's going to sound very airy and open. You want to get a very nice, clean, sharp sound going directly into your computer or into your camera itself. A way a lot of video marketers work, they'll record directly into their computer themselves using a program such as Audacity or any other audio recording program. And then what they will do is they'll then sync that audio up with their video inside of their video editing software. It's simple enough to do. There's a button where you can click your video, click your audio file, and it'll sync it together. I might show that in a following video. But if you can get a camera that has a microphone input in it, you can just plug your microphone directly into your camera and you can start recording right away. And what I mean by microphone, you can even use these headsets here. The reason why I use these headsets, these are just Apple iPhone headsets, and I just enjoy using them for little videos that I film directly from my computer, because you get a much cleaner image than if I took it out and I just spoke to you guys generally. So you can see in the previous little snippet where I'm showing you guys the overview of the setup, I don't actually have these in, and it's a bit more airy and open, and it's not as crisp. You could definitely step up from these iPhone microphones 100%. So there's lots of big brands out there that have really cool desktop microphones, but I just enjoy using these. They're easy, they're portable, and that's just what I like. The thing, if you have a camera and you are standing 10 meters in front of it, how do you actually get your microphone to your ears? So, because obviously these iPhone leads are only a couple of, maybe even a meter long at most maybe, and if you're 5-10 meters, it's obviously not going to reach. So what I just did is I purchased this extender here. I think it's about a 5 5-meter extender, and again it has your headphone jack here and a headphone jack here that you can just plug your microphone in, and it'll just work. So you plug this end into your either your camera or into your desktop itself, and then you can just record straight from that when you have a nice long lead there. There are wireless microphone lapel mics and whatnot. They also do work, but they are a lot more expensive. And again, the whole point of this is getting you started and showing you the cheapest way to do it. So this was about $2 or $3, I think. And then I bought a really cheap little lapel mic, which is this little microphone here, which you would see inside of my other videos on the sales page and whatnot. And you can just chuck it on here, and then once it's on, you can just speak away and it'll record in stereo. Again, this was about $20 here. It's really cheap. Just I can plug this in straight into my computer as well if I want, or into this extender here. So it would literally just do that. And then I've got a 5-meter long lapel mic there. And now I'll show you on my camera actually how I then set that up. And then on the side here, I've got a little section here, and I will just plug that right in there. And then it's going to record directly onto the video that I'm recording on that camera itself. So that's all I use. About $200-300 setup, I think it was from memory, for that little green screen, white screen. It came with a green screen as well, actually, and a black screen if I ever wanted to use that, which I probably won't at this stage. But that's the setup. That's the $20-30 microphone I use, and the camera I already had, but I'll put some other options next to it this video again. Also, this headphone jack with this long microphone that I've got here can plug straight into your iPhone or your Android or whatever you're wanting to film on there, and you can just record with the basic record app that you have on your actual phone. So again, if you wanted to sync your video and your audio and your camera doesn't have a microphone input, just get your record app up on your iPhone or Android, hit record, start talking, hit record on your camera, and then you can just go from there and you sync them up later. So I guess I will do a video on how you sync them up. So it's literally as simple as that. What I want to do now is I want to get this setup back up, chuck this camera over. I'll leave this external mic external so you can actually see what it looks like. And then I'll just do a little overview video to finish this up over there. So I'll see you guys in one moment. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like from a full perspective, with the two lights shining on the backdrop. There's a little light here shining on me, and I've edited some of the settings inside of my camera, and I made the focus right, and a few little things in there to get this image that I've got going on now. Like I've said previously, I can cut out the lights, I can cut out everything around me object-wise, so it just leaves me and a white backdrop on the video editing software. Or alternatively, if your camera has a zoom function, we can tighten up the image a little bit more now. Excuse me. And it's something that I like to do as well if I get the opportunity. So I'll show you right now. I'll just tighten this up a bit more here. And again, you can see I'm talking through the microphone that's directly connected to my camera. So I'll just zoom this in a little bit here. Even a tiny bit more. And walk back in front. And I haven't got the height right, but you can see with a little bit of fiddling and a little bit of trying things around, you can get a nice looking image just directly from your camera itself and a few lights here. And then again, what we're going to do now, we're going to head over to post-production now, and I'll show you guys how I edit this to make it look really, really nice. So this video here, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to edit this from me looking a little bit red and a little bit not the right color for a human, I guess, unless I've got a really bad sunburn, which is probably believable since I'm in Australia. And I'm going to also show you how you can clean up a few of the crinkles back here and make me stand out and pop a lot more from the white background. So I'm going to use this video here, and then I'm going to post it again below, edited, so you can actually see the difference. So we'll be back in one moment with that. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is jump into post-production. So what that means is we're going to import the video that you would have just seen, and I'm going to edit it to make the colors look better, to make everything flow a lot nicer, to cut out the parts I don't want, and just make the video the complete package. You'll see after looking at the video, the lighting is a bit wrong, or very wrong. I look way too bright, bit orange, too much light on me. Something I should have picked up when I was setting up the lights themselves. But in this instance, it'll probably work out well because it'll show you, even if you record a really poorly lit video, that you can fix it all up and make it still look really nice. So what I'm using here is a software called Final Cut Pro. I'll put a link to the video next to the video here of where, if you want to buy it, you can buy it there. But I also know a lot of people finding dodgy ways to get it, but I didn't say that. But you can also use your standard video editing tools like iMovie on Mac, and then whatever the equivalent is on PC. I'll find out what that is as well, put that next to the video. I just haven't used a PC in quite a while actually. I just love my Macs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag the video that I recorded. I've uploaded it onto my computer. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to just chuck it in here. And up here you'll see the actual video itself. And you can see here, pretty poorly lit. So you can see this section here where I decided to come in front of the camera. What I can do here is I can select this button, select the blade tool. I can then decide where I want to cut it. We'll cut it there, and then we'll go back to the select one. I'll select this and I'll hit delete. So now I've just got this little section here, and you can see I'm very, very out of color, but the sound's all working nicely and it looks all right. But what we're going to do now with this little magic wand, we'll hit this. You can then show the color board. Select it, and then you can balance color, which will edit it itself to try and work out what it should be. I don't really like that though, so I'll undo that. What I'll do is I'll show the color board, and here we have color, saturation, and exposure. And what you want to do is play around with these to find the right level. And you can just keep on playing around with these for a little bit until you find something that looks reasonably okay. Head over to saturation, and I want to remove a lot of that orange color. And you can play around with it till you find something that works. What you can also do is, if you want to change them all, you can change them all according to what you want. And again here as well. So if I go too dark, it'll black me out. And we can just play around with this here. So what I'll do is I'll pause this video here, I'll find the right settings, and I'll come back to you. Alright, so you can see here, this was the video before. You can see a bunch of the wrinkles back here, and you can see it's a bit of an off orange color. And just by taking the exposure up in the high end, it's now removed all the wrinkles and it's made it a bit lighter here. So if we scroll down, you can see then all the wrinkles in the back end here. You can see that there's a off lighting, but by pulling this up, we can then get rid of all the wrinkles around me to find a nice little level there. Saturation, I've also dropped the mid-tone, to get rid of the orange a bit. See, the higher I go, the oranger I get. It's a very nice fake tan there. And again, obviously I get more pale as lower as I go. So you find a nice level there that you think looks good, and you can play around with it there. I've left the high and the lows as is. And color, that's if you want to go weird and change the color of yourself, but I'm just going to leave that again as is for now. So you can see it looks much more professional now without the white background, without the crinkles in the background, and evening out my skin tone a bit there as well. Another thing I should have mentioned before is it's better to wear a colored shirt that is not similar to white as well, so you pop out and stand out more. Wearing this very almost white pale blue shirt was not the best idea, but we're going to go with what we have. So what I'm going to do in Final Cut to export this, you just hit this little export button now. But no matter what, and you export it to whatever format you want. But if you're on iMovie or another editing service, it'll probably be up here somewhere. So File, and there would be an export or a one of these tools at the top here. You'll have an export button that you can then export the video out and save it to wherever you want to save it to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export this. I'm going to export it as a high definition video, and again, if you upload it into YouTube, you're going to want to upload it in high definition. You run through it here to make sure it's all good, and then we're going to hit OK, share, and then we're going to export it to our computer here. So if you want to change any settings, you can go settings, and then you can play around with this type of stuff here as well, but I just leave it as is. Having it as H.264 fast code is the way to go here, and most video exporters will export it in this format for you, but you can check all that there as well. And we're just going to do it as that. So I'm going to hit share, and it's going to start exporting this for me now. So I'll be back to you guys in a minute, and I'll upload this video in the next series below so you can actually see the difference between the two videos. Thanks, guys. So this video here, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to edit this from me looking a little bit red and a little bit not the right color for a human, I guess, unless they've got a really bad sunburn, which is probably believable since I'm in Australia. And I'm going to also show you how you can clean up a few of the crinkles back here and make me stand out and pop a lot more from the white background. So I'm going to use this video here, and then I'm going to post it again below, edited, so you can actually see the difference. So we'll be back in one moment with that. Alright, so you can see there how impressive it is, how you can change a video. It looks pretty average to making it a very clean, minimalist video. And it's cool how you can see as well how you can change the color. So you can see the before video, horrible colors. I had the lighting all wrong, but you can fix it all up in post-production as well. You can also see that the audio is very clear, and that's again from a $20 to $30 microphone and extension cord. So it's not going to break the bank, and it's going to be a good investment. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Any other questions you have, chuck them up in the group above. Ask me on my Facebook, and we'll get them sorted for you. And there'll be a few more videos in this series as well coming. So I'll speak to you guys then, and thank you for your time. Bye.